Hey guys, what's up? This is Doctorian, and I want to have a discussion about Warlords of Draenor. I'm really baffled by the fact what is going on right now on the forums because Warlords of Draenor is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty awesome. Blizzard's putting a lot of effort into it, and right now there is so much rage going on the forum. I'm really baffled that all people are getting so upset about basically two little facts. First thing is that no flying. I mean, I do get it that people are contested by no flying, that they want to keep flying because you guys are used to it. But trust me, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I have the Sky Golem. I have over 146 mounts or something. I got a lot of drakes. I got the Sky Golem. Of course, you want to use that stuff. You worked really hard for to get it. I don't blame you for being angry. Well, angry is a big thing, but I don't blame you for it. But I seriously don't get why people are raging on forums and actually making topics in on the WoW forums, on the MMO Champion forums, all that kind of stuff. Like let's unsub together and all that kind of stuff. Because you can still fly in whole of Azeroth. You can fly everywhere except the Warlords of Draenor area 90 to 100. And to be honest, that's fine. I mean, I'm playing this game since vanilla, and we didn't have any flying in vanilla. We just did fine, and I think we're gonna do fine now as well. They're gonna revamp the travel points, the flight points, which is really necessary because they're fucked up. I mean, let's face fact here. It's really fucked up. It's taking all kind of scenic routes and across, and I get why Blizzard want that to show the game. So to bring in flying was actually a good idea at level 70, but you never needed flight points anymore, especially when you got your epic flying at level 70 in Burning Crusade. You never ever needed it. It just wasn't needed anymore to have your own, to use the flight point, and you would fly with your epic flying everywhere. And I don't blame that. I mean, the flying points just didn't work out. But if they revamp that, we're gonna be fine, guys. You're not gonna lose any travel time because they're gonna make the flight points really direct. The only downside is to it, like everybody in this game basically worked really hard, and if you did the heroic dungeons achievements or the raid achievements or whatever, you got a flying mount for it, and we still can use it as a ground mount, but most of them are like ugly, you know. I mean, you don't want to use a flying mount as a ground mount, but still, I mean, from in whole vanilla we didn't have flying, we did fine. From 60 to 70, you in the Burning Crusade you only could use flying at level 70 in the past. Same with Wrath of Lich King. From 70 to 80 you only can use it at level 80. From 80 to 85 was the only expansion we could fly the entire expansion in Cataclysm, because it was just 5 new areas in Azeroth. So and now from 85 to 90 you again had to use a ground mount until you reach level 90, and now right now they're saying you can't permanently fly in Warlords of Draenor, which is fine by me because we need to populate the world. We're at 7.7 million subscribers right now, but unless you're in the cities, the game feels kinda empty, and with no flying, it's gonna be you have the feeling that you're actually playing this game with other people again, which is a good thing. The other thing is that the game is more than no flying, guys. It's so much more. We're getting heroic dungeons which are heroic again, and we're getting normal dungeons which have the difficulties of heroic dungeons right now, which is bullshit, to be honest. So easy. But we're getting heroic dungeons back. We're getting multiple rating tiers, multiple difficulties, flex, normal, heroic, mythic. It's all good. It's all based on flex mode. The flex, normal, and heroic you can do between 10 and 25 people, and the mythic is stuck on 20 people. It's all good. We're getting garrisons. just putting so much time and effort into this expansion to all make it work, and you let a simple thing like not being able to fly in that area is getting in your way, saying we need to unsub and a lot of rage going on. I seriously don't get it, because if the game is all for you flying on a mount, I think you're playing the wrong game and should be playing, I don't know, some kind of flying simulator or whatever, because there's so much more going on in this game, and not being able to fly, if that's a reason for you to unsub, I really doubt you're a serious gamer in World of Warcraft or something, because I cannot take it seriously, because the game is more than only flying on a mount. The other thing I want to talk about is LFR. New LFR looks right now that we won't have tier sets in LFR. And I see a lot of people saying, okay, let's unsub together. If you like LFR, unsub right now. Let's force Blizzard to bring tier sets back into LFR. It's not gonna happen. The sets are already made, and raiding is going to be really easy to get into in Wallace of Draenor. You should not underestimate how easy it will for you to get into raiding. It's ridiculously easy. I checked out the forums, did a lot of reading, and God, it's no fun to be on any forum right now because there's only rage going on. It really amazes me, baffles me. The thing is that with LFR having no tier is like right now we never. Okay, let's go back to the fact that we never had LFR until Dragon Soul came out in Cataclysm. There was no looking for it Firelands, there was no looking for it in the Burning Crusade, there was no looking for it in any expansion, any raid whatsoever until Dragon Soul. And I brought that also to Mists of Pandaria. I don't know how you guys feel. I mean, there are a lot of people who actually say that they like LFR. I think it's seriously, it's a living nightmare if I go into it. I don't know what's with you guys, but I was gearing my Elemental Shaman, which I really like, by the way. I love Elemental Shaman, so much fun to play. And I went to Time's Isle when I dinged, and I just went into Throne of Thunder. And I spent 45 minutes in queue, then I ended up, and then I started at Jin Rock, first wing Throne of Thunder. Cleared the trash, killed Jin Rock. Then we wiped on the trash to Horadon. The entire group disbanded after some tank pulled 4 of those spirit ghosts, whatever, and we wiped there. Tank absolutely went berserk, blamed the healers, left, entire raid disbanded. Okay, that was a 45 minutes waste of the queue. Then I queued up again, spent another 45 minutes in there, got Jin Rock again, couldn't get loot from the second time, of course. We cleared the trash this time, and then we wiped on Horadon, and the whole group disbanded again. 90 minutes in queue, killed the first boss twice, cleared the trash, wiped again, no loot whatsoever, big waste of time. So sad. I mean Throne of Thunder is the wrong place to be right now with the free level 90 boost and all that kind of shit, I understand, but in Siege of Orgrimmar is not that better. Actually coming to groups who are having 4 or 5 stacks at second boss in Siege of Orgrimmar, Protectors of the Endless, whatever. I mean, I don't have any fun as a DPS spending 45 minutes in queue and then being in some kind of wipe fest, people leaving and whatever. If you're a tanker and healer, it doesn't really matter for you. You just queue up and you're gonna be fine all over again because you're gonna have an instant queue. But as a DPS, I saw a post from a guy saying I can't be arsed to get into queue for 5 hours of a raid 5 hours a night with a raiding guild. I can't commit to that. Well, first of all, nobody raids 5 hours in the evening, dude. So get a grip. Second of all, with all the time you guys spent in LFR, queuing up and wiping and all that kind of shit, you can easily commit to a raiding guild and get the stuff done. Seriously, you can. There's no problem. Because there are a lot of guilds raiding 2 nights a week for 3 hours. and there are all sorts of different raiding guilds with different days and times. There is something out there for you. And with the removing of tier sets is only a good thing, because right now my guild is 9 out of 14 heroic, 14 out of 14 normal, of course, and we're doing fine, we're doing really good. I'm really having a blast playing it, and I think the heroic modes, to be honest, are really not even that hard. It's not like you really need to be some hardcore nerd to actually get into heroic modes. If you just know your class and you're willing to watch some tactics from a fat boss guide or whatever, you're gonna do fine in normal and heroic modes. And if you're willing to spend 2 nights a week for 3 hours an evening, you can get into heroic mode so easily. And the whole thing is, with tier sets getting removed out of looking for raid in Wallace Adrenar is a good thing, because it's not fair that people who are putting into the effort into making them apply, getting into a guild, and actually getting their tier sets in normal or heroic, and then you guys are just getting in LFR, queuing up whenever you place. In LFR you don't need a brain to actually play it. I don't want to be offensive. I know that people like it, but it's so simple. So my whole point is that it's really easy. Looking for raid, I mean, it doesn't require much tactics, strategy, class knowledge, whatever. You're gonna make it anyways. And then you guys can look. You have the same gear. You have the same set bonuses. You look the same, only the color is a little bit different. And you're putting little to no effort into it. And with effort, I mean, like, you don't have any. You don't have to commit to anything to actually get that. And for the people who do commit, it's really unfair that other people who are not committing any of their time to it, and don't have to read up on tactics and don't have to do the progressing, are getting the same gear, the same looks, the same set bonuses. Only, of course, your item level is lower, but still, you look exactly the same. You have exactly the same set bonuses. It's just, and it's only fair that they're removing that looking for raid, because looking for raid is supposed to be a tourist mode. It's like a preview. Like, Blizzard, basically the idea about looking for raid is to show you, look, this is in store for you. This is what the bosses look like. You got a little bit of idea of what they do. This is what they do. Get into normal mode. If you can't raid, at least you have seen it. You have seen it story-wise. You know, you can see the ending of Garrosh and all that kind of crap, so you can actually see it. And this is what it looked like. But if you want a real good experience, if you really want to see it, dive into the normal heroic modes. That's what the point of Blizzard is. It's just a preview, and for the people who actually cannot raid, who actually are really casual, who are logging in like one day a week or whatever, it's for them to finish the story of every expansion. But it's supposed to be like, look, all this cool stuff is in here. Now dive into normal mode and go do it for real. That's the whole purpose of LFR. So removing the tier set is actually a good idea, because they're gonna make it this way that the flex rate, people are saying now, but yeah, flex, they're asking retarded item levels. I do agree, but they're gonna rework on that. And Blizzard also already said that people won't be able to ask retarded item levels for you people to get into flex. They're gonna level that out, so that's all gonna be fine. And with the whole flex system between 10 and 25 men, you can easily dive into normal mode easier, because rosters, a lot of guilds will have 15 or 20 players on their roster right now, and if you can't make it, if you can't say, but I can't raid 3 nights a week, or I can't even raid 2 nights a week, you can come for that 1 night a week. You can. You seriously can, because guilds will have right now flag in normal mode in any raiding content in Wallace Adrenar. If you drop out for a night, bosses will scale down. So it's gonna be really easy for you guys to get into raiding. I mean, I know most of you guys have a main which you already know really well to play. You guys already know that. You guys already have that. So if you know your class, and if you're just looking for a guild that can raid on your days, on your evenings you're free. Even if you can only raid one evening a week, you still be able to dive into raiding, at least for the farm night basically. Because if you can't show up the third day or the second day, it's like, no worries, we're 15 people. Are you not coming? Then we're with 14. No worries. Raid will scale down. It's not an issue right now. If you are with 10 people and you're not showing up, you're letting down your raid, you're letting down your guild. It's not going to happen in Warlords of Draenor. So the flex mode is going to be really easy to get into because of the item level. They're going to remove that so that raid leaders cannot ask ridiculously high item levels for flex mode. Blizzard is fixing that. And it's going to be, because of the flex size of every difficulty, it's going to be really easy for you guys to take the next step and put some effort into that and get into raiding and get your tier sets from flex difficulty or from normal difficulty. Normal is going to be flex difficulty is going to be nerfed, so the flex difficulty and normal difficulty are going to be really easy for you guys to get into. So please get into raiding. Your tier sets are still waiting for you, and LFR is just tourism mode to show, look, we got a really awesome raid with a good storyline, and go get it. Well, that was it for this time. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Bye guys.